Good day. It's a pleasure for me and an honor to present a special theme about sustainability of the industry sector entrepreneurship. Case study of European mountain area. I am Brandusha Kovac and together with a friend of mine and a colleague, Mihai Kovac, we realized this research. In the current pandemic context, the industry sector entrepreneurship performs as an important way of the European mountain area sustainability. Creative industries developed by the Industry 4.0 represent a necessity and not an option for developing the entrepreneurship of the mountain area and especially the industry from this area together with ICT sector, and the paper will focus on these two, industry and ICT sectors. As keywords, we can remind European mountain area, entrepreneurship, industries sector, sustainability. Data from the paper has been taken from Eurostat and simulated in Excel and SPSS according to ANOVA analysis and forecasting techniques. In order to understand the conjecture presented in the paper, we formulated the following hypothesis, meaningly alternative hypothesis H1, the probability of recession in the listed sectors is positively correlated with the central trends in these sectors. And the second hypothesis, in order to calibrate and sustain the second hypothesis, the zero hypothesis was formulated, meaning the null hypothesis, H0, is the probability of recession in listed sector is negatively correlated with the central trends in these sectors. Method and data. Sectors performed in the study are industry, construction, and services, except insurance activities of companies, and the second sector is information and communication. The data presented in the paper show that the business demographics in the European mountain area has improved positively, in particular due to employability of startups increasing. For the calculation, the author used different variables and SPSS returned all as valid. According to the data, the demographics of mountain business in Europe could represent a huge potential for development of the community of the mountain space economy. As we can see, the industry and ICT sectors increase considerably in some countries from European Union, countries which report to the European Union some data, because not all the mountain countries from European Union report data to the Eurostat, but only some of them. And we can remind Bulgaria, Czechia, Spain, France, Croatia, Italy, Austria, Poland, Portugal, Romania, and Slovakia. All of them has increased in the last 10 or 12 years their mountain entrepreneurship in this area, especially to the through the agrotourism. The data presented show that the demographic of business in mountain Europe have improved positively between 2008 and 2018. The population of active enterprises presents a high degree of non-variability, which means that the results do not show a large deviation and are positive. Skewness show a corresponding symmetrical distribution, which means that the mountain business environment begins to stabilize considerably in the analyzed period. Cortesis has an agglomeration in some industries, especially in ICT. As we can see from the histogram for industry from the European mountain area, Bulgaria has increased in the first period not so much, but after it, she stabilized her entrepreneurship in the industry sector from the mountain area. Italy has a perfect curve of increasing, and Austria more than the other countries which report to the European Union. This means that Austria could represent a model for all the mountain area countries from the European Union. Slovakia, it is a country which developed a lot in the last time. Portugal developed in the first period, and after it, the increase was somehow linear. And Romania has a perfect curve of increase, not so much, but a linear curve of developing industry in the mountain area. The increased variation of the analyzed index indicates a high volatility of the economy in the mountain area of Europe. Statistics for secondary and ICT show an average value of 21,000 for Bulgaria, 222,000 for Italy, 23,000 for Austria, 24 for thousands for Portugal, 26,000 for Romania, 44,000 for Slovakia. The central trends for this industry segment in the analyzed period for the entrepreneurship of the mountain area shows that the active companies in the mountain Europe for the studied industry segment increased from 2008 to 2018, even if the growth rate decreased. During the analyzed period, the hypothesis H0 was verified for this sector. For the next sector, meaning ICT sector in the European mountain area, for the population of active enterprises, meaning in entrepreneurship, Bulgaria, Austria, and Italy have perfect curves of increasing. In the same time, Slovakia, Portugal, and Romania too. This can be explained through special funds which were redirected to this area, especially for ICT sector. Statistics for information and communication show average of 8,000 for Bulgaria, 42,000 for Italy, 10,000 for Austria, 2,000 for Portugal, 8,000 for Romania, 7,000 for Slovakia. The central trends for these sectors show that the population of the mountain Europe of the active enterprises in the studies countries increased from 2008 to 2018. In the analyzed period, the hypothesis age 1 was verified. For forecastings, according to the forecasting analysis for created models, Bulgaria, Czechia, Spain, France, Croatia, Italy, Austria, Poland, Portugal, Romania, and Slovakia, the population of active enterprises will increase considerably in Europe by 2028. According to forecasting analysis, Bulgaria, Spain, France, Austria, Portugal, Romania, and Slovakia will have considerable increases in the sectors analyzed for active enterprises, while the other countries will have a moderate increase. The perspective for 2028 presents an ascending mountain area for both analyzed sectors in terms of indicators regarding the population of active enterprises and those related to the degree of employability. The development trends of mountain entrepreneurship will be supported by major investments made for this area, but also through the eye of repopulation of the mountain areas. As you can see forward, there are some forecast analysis and realized with SPSS, and we already discussed about it. Conclusion: at the European Union level, the mountain area is considered to have a huge potential. Industry and ICT applied for organic farming and human health. The air, water, soil ecosystem of this area being less polluted than the other relief areas. This is moreover the reason why European countries have legislated on usual related mountain area, and no other country or group of countries outside Europe has specific mountain regulations. Europe believes in the development of the economy through the sustainability of mountain science. In this context, mountain entrepreneurship, especially for the population of active enterprises, is a permanent subject of studies in and application for the public and private governance of the European countries. We have some references. Thank you for your attention. If there are any questions, please, I am waiting to respond or to write to me in order to answer to you on the following email addresses.